Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Like I said before, holla at your boy for any Peugeot work, diagnostics, programming and all that stuff. So I'm here today working on a glorious 308cc, not my old one, and we're going to basically be getting this car MOT ready. So I'm going to quickly show you through the process of how we're going to get this car back ready to pass its MOT and back on the road. So I've already encountered one issue. Pesky locking wheel nuts. So the rear ones are starting to round on the socket, so I haven't got a man with them. They're not coming off, so we've got to try and do the rear shocks with the tyre on. So I like a challenge, and we're going to try and take it. But the front one is off, so both locking are off on the front. I obviously advise the customer not to put them back on and put bolts in, but those are going to have to be professionally removed because they're just going to keep rounding off worse. But yeah, so that'll come off. All the brakes and stuff we're doing on that side will be perfect, but the rear shocks are going to be done with the tyre on, which is going to be rather interesting. So it's two 13mm nuts here. We're going to whack off now, and then we're going to try and get to the bottom. The problem is the tyre's in the way, but we will endeavour to see how it goes. 30mm, and Kirsten's tiny little Japanese twisty bomb of a gun has actually got in there. Well, spoken too soon. Problem with this side is you've got the fuel not filler nozzle. So you can show all the ladies and gentlemen that we're replacing the rear shocks. This one's, crying. The other one's not so ideal. So yeah, we are doing this with wheel on. It does show if you have a problem like this and you do need to do it with the wheel on for whatever reason, you can do it. So 30mm spanner here and then a 60mm here. I'm gonna take the nut off, and then I'm gonna just have to try and pull this through here into the rim, which is a bit annoying, but you know, it's doable. So excellent stuff. Ugh, fucking hell. Yeah, you thought yours were leaking a bit when yours was bad, Kirsten. That's yeah, look at that. So now this should. Oh yeah. Jesus. So we're doing on this as well. Obviously that's the OEM one as well that completely burst. We're also putting new top mounts on with the new shocks as well. Oh yeah, look at that bottom bush is looking pretty. Oh yeah, that's bad, that bush as well. The bush is probably warm where it's had the extra stress going for it because the shock's not been working properly. There we are. The new shocks out. The old ones are both removed. I'm actually quite shocked that that you can actually take these off without having to actually remove the rear wheels. So yeah, we're getting prepped and ready to go. We're going to get these out and then we're going to add the new top mounts to them, and then we'll get them back on the car. Inch and his little grandson Squeeze, we managed to get the top mounts off, and the reason why we did this is because we need the dust shields, but also they didn't provide any nuts with the set. So as much as we shouldn't be reusing these, I think these are absolutely fine to go back on, so we can reassemble and get them back on the car. So Kirsten's doing the wipers, easy peasy, even for somebody who's not even 5 foot tall. They're just a push in, slide out on these. If you ever want to get the wipers in this position, you just put the ignition on, off, dap the wiper down, the wiper lever down, and it will bring them up halfway, which is like maintenance mode for them. So we're stuck on the rear because there's no nuts with the rear shocks, so we can't actually put it back on, which is helpful. But once we've done that and they're back on, we've got front brakes, we've got adjuster nozzles for the screen wash, which should be pretty simple. We've got a plate light, and I think then I've got to go onto the ECU and look at the faults on there. I think there's an ABS and engine management light on, so I can have a little flick around on diagnostics and see what we can do with that as well. All done. In the meantime, Kirsten has done the rear plate bulb and the wipers, so we're all ready to go and install these back in. So we are now jacking up the front to do the front brakes. Rear shocks are done. Everything is actually done now, so that's wipers, rear shocks, plate bulb, apart from the scanning stuff that Kirsten's actually going to jump in and try and do. And then, yeah, these brakes, that should be it. Right, so here I used a T25 to take out this. The first thing you do is always take out this first, because if you take the caliper off, you then can't hold the disc still very easily to take this out. So that's now off, so the disc is now going to be loose. Time to do the brakes. 30mm will be the first thing to take off the slider pin. So 13 here, and then literally on the other side of this, because it's the same shape, is the other one. We'll start the other side in a minute. Grab this little rim here, you'll see it's flat, and then you can come in with the 13mm and then loosen as follows without the slider pin spinning around. So that is the brakes off. Hell of a large lip on that, I tell you. There's a new one. Really goes straight back on. And there we are, the caliper has been pushed back. We're going to get the carrier back on, brush it all, ready for the pads to go on. And then put the caliper back on. So yeah, almost done.